Well, good morning. And happy Mother's Day to the mothers here, and to the mothers watching us remotely, and to the mothers we've lost but we'll never forget, and to those granddaughters and daughters-in-law that have given us daughters and daughters-in-law that have given us grandbabies. Happy Mother's Day to them, and in some cases for you even great-grandbabies. So happy Mother's Day to everybody. A special shout out to my little sweetie who's under the weather today, but happy Mother's Day to you. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation of Venice, or as we like to call it, UCOB. My name is Dave Lyon, and I will be your worship associate for this morning's service. At UCOB, we strive to surround this community with a spirit of love in everything we do. You are welcome here, no matter who you are, whomever you choose to love, wherever you are on your journey. We bid you welcome. We welcome you no matter what your family looks like, or whether or not you have ever been to a religious service before. We are so pleased you have chosen to celebrate Mother's Day and worship with us today. If anybody is here for the first time and is brave enough to raise their hand and tell us your name and where you're from, Marcia or maybe someone will bring you a microphone. We have any visitors, guests that would like to be acknowledged? Okay. How about snowbirds that are getting ready to leave us for the year? Okay, Roxy. Wave goodbye to Roxy. Okay, great. There are just a few announcements. I don't have any special announcements. They're on the back of your order of service. So that's it for announcements. How's that for being brief? And now's the time that we check our electronics. Make sure they're all silenced or turned off. We light the chalice today in honor of the mothers and others who made sure through their light and their love that we made it this far. In the words of Cheryl Lacey Donovan, and I like this, mother is a verb. It's something that you do, not just who you are. There we go.
Well, good morning. As always, I'm Reverend Amy Petrie Shaw, and I am so glad to see you here this morning. We're here today to celebrate the mothers and the moms and the mamas. I want to recognize today the moms who did it well and the moms who tried like heck. And the moms who were kind of lucky that we survived them because they just didn't know what they were doing. I want to celebrate every grandma and nana and auntie who had a bee mom, and the neighbor ladies who were mom to the kids who didn't quite have the words to tell them that they needed a mom. I want to celebrate the girlfriends and the partners without titles who love other people's children as their own. And the male moms and the dads who had to be mom because mom wasn't there. I'm so sorry, Dad, for everything we did to you during those teenage years. I want to celebrate the adoptive moms and the moms who put a child up for adoption, the moms who have a child in prison, the moms who've had a child who's died. We celebrate with those expectant moms, and we hold close those who've never had or wanted children of their own, but who brightened the lives of every child they ever met. Today, we're going to celebrate and welcome them all. So let us worship here together. And we're going to start with a wonderful song, number 346. Come sing a song with me. So please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our opening hymn this morning, 346. Come sing a song with me. Words are given, as always, with levity because the giving shouldn't hurt. And this is one of the rare times when this is actually a small reading rather than a joke. Things I've Learned from My Children by Stephen M. Sultanoff, Ph.D., and this was indeed part of his dissertation. When you hear the toilet flush and the words, uh-oh, it's already too late. Brake fluid mixed with Clorox makes smoke, and lots of it. A 6-year-old can start a fire with a flint rock, even though a 36-year-old PhD says, no, honey, they can only do that in the movies. A king-size waterbed holds enough water to fill a 2,000 square foot house 4 inches deep. The words Play-Doh and microwave should never be used in the same sentence. Superglue is forever. No matter how much Jell-O you put in the swimming pool, sweetheart, you still will not be able to walk on water. VCRs do not eject PB&J sandwiches, even though that TV commercial said it would. Garbage bags are not good parachutes. You probably do not want to know what that smell actually is. Always look in the oven before you turn it on. And the corollary to that, the melting point of a Barbie doll is 350 degrees. The spin cycle of the washing machine does not make earthworms dizzy. However, freshly washed earthworms are not a pretty sight. Doing gymnastics with cats does make them dizzy. Cats can throw up twice their body weight when dizzy. Legos will pass through the digestive tract of a 4-year-old intact. Quarters will not. The morning offering will now be given and gratefully received. Quarters are welcome, but I hope you wash them. Thank you so much, not just for these gifts, but for everything that you do this week and every week for the life and the work of this community. Because it's all about the community, not the building. The community is what makes up the church, and it's as a community of human hands and human hearts that we come together here to share our laughter and our tears, and to bear witness and to minister to one another as we struggle with life's sorrows and celebrate life's joys. We are entering into our time of sharing our joys and concerns when you can raise a hand and someone will bring you a microphone. Please share information always with permission. During this time, you can have me light a candle for you up here. At any other time in the service, you're welcome to come up yourself or before the service to light. So if anyone has a joy or a concern, please raise a hand.
Good morning. I'm speaking about our friend and fellow member, Lynn Jordan. She is going to be leaving Aston Gardens this Thursday. Her son, who's been taking wonderful care of her on the phone every day, making arrangements, has arranged for her to go for 1 more month of physical therapy at Rand Sarasota Memorial's rehab place about 10 miles north of here, up on Array. And she would certainly welcome any of you who wish to call her or see her there starting this coming Thursday for 4 weeks. She would also welcome a phone call in the next 2 or 3 days at Aston Gardens. She said the thing that she will miss the most is being here with you.
May the love of this community hold all who need love and concern. May the light of our community shine on the broken places of the world. May we never look away when we're needed. May those who are grieving be comforted and those who are tired find rest. May the broken places be healed. And may those who are filled with joy and laughter be abundant.
Our first reading today is titled, In Case Mother's Day is Hard for You. And both the readings today are by ladies, so instead of just watching this old bald-headed guy up here, just kind of close your eyes and imagine this lady speaking to you. It'd be much more enjoyable. For some, Mother's Day is an amazing holiday with breakfast in bed and the sound of happy voices and few regrets. We bless you and share your joy. For others, she says, you want to be cheerful. You want to be with the program. But some years, there are all these little points of pain that will not go away. The baby you never had. The one you gave up. The kid you lost to something bigger than you. The child that slipped away before you ever held her. The one that was never born. The one you worry you're failing. The one that failed you. The mother who's so close and yet so far. The one you love so much who couldn't love you back. The one you could never love because it hurt too much. The one you lost too soon. The one who is slipping away. The one you could never please. The one you wish you could live up to. There are no cards to honor these children or these mothers. There are no holidays to contain all the parts of you that fall outside the lines of generally understood sorrow or celebration. But there is this moment, this incredible moment, where you can feel it all, where for once you can't stuff it down or forget it, where you have to be with it because it is not going away. And here, my friend, is where something important happens. This is where we connect, where we understand we are frail, where we are human, where we see in new ways what life means, where we are issued a compelling and persistent invitation to mother ourselves, to cut ourselves the breaks we didn't get, to ask for the help we always needed, to let tears come and say, this is how it is. I'll ask in this one tiny moment for the courage I need to let everything just be. No matter what's your point of pain or challenge today, I want you to know that you are not the only one. Somewhere over a silly Mother's Day breakfast, there's a woman faking a smile who feels just like you do. Somewhere in a very silent house, with no one to call, there is a woman who is tending the ache of her loss, just like you. Somewhere, standing in a shower, there is a woman who is feeling it all and letting the tears come, just like you. Happy or sad, you are not alone. Please join me now in 1 minute of silent meditation, thought, or prayer. Thank you, Lisa. That was beautiful. The second reading today is an excerpt from Why I Hate Mother's Day by Anne Lamott. Don't get me wrong. There were times I could have literally died of love for my son, and I felt stoned on his rich, desperate love for me. But bristle at the whispered lie that if you can know this level of love and self-sacrifice only if you are our parent. We talk about loving one's child as if a child were a mystical unicorn. 98% of American parents secretly feel that if you have not had and raised a child, your capacity for love is somehow diminished. 98% of American parents secretly believe that non-parents cannot possibly know what it is to love unconditionally, to be selfless, to put yourself at risk for the gravest loss. But in my experience, it's parents who are prone to exhibit terrible self-satisfaction and selfishness who can raise children as adjuncts like rooms added on in a remodel. Their children's value and achievements in the world are reflected glory, necessary for these parents' self-esteem and sometimes for the family's survival. This is how children's souls are destroyed. But my main gripe about Mother's Day is that it feels incomplete and imprecise. The main thing that ever helped mothers was other people mothering them, a chain of mothering that keeps the whole shebang afloat. I am the woman I grew to be partly in spite of my mother and partly because of the extraordinary love of her best friends and my own best friends' mothers, surrogates. No one is more sentimentalized in America than mothers on Mother's Day. But no one is more often blamed for the culture's bad people and behavior. You want to give me chocolate and flowers? That would be great. I love them both. I just don't want them out of guilt. And I don't want them if you're not going to give them to all the people who help mother our children. But if you're going to include everyone, then make mine something like M&Ms and maybe flowers you picked yourself, even from my own garden. The cut stems wrapped in wet paper towels, then in foil and a wax paper bag from my kitchen drawers. I don't want something special. I want something beautifully plain. Like everything else, it can fill me only if it is ordinary and available to all. Our next hymn is number 1012, When I Am Frightened. Please rise in body or spirit.
Okay, let's get ready for this. This is Cowboy Day, and I'm a cowgirl. I want you all to sing this with me if you can. Some of the words are pretty strange. But Willie Nelson wrote this, so hit it, maestro. Cowboys ain't easy to love and they're harder to hold. And they'd rather give you a song than diamonds or gold. Lone Star belt buckles and old faded Levi's low. Each night begins a new day. If you don't understand him and he don't die young, he'll probably just ride away. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars and drive them old trucks. Make them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. 'Cause they'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love. Cowboys are like a smoky old pool rooms and clear mountain mornings. Little warm puppies and children and girls of the night. Them that don't know him won't like him, and them that do sometimes won't know how to take him. He ain't wrong, he's just different, but his pride won't let him do things to make you think he's right. Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars and drive them old trucks. Make them be doctors and lawyers and such. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. 'Cause they'll never stay home and they're always alone, even with someone they love. Oh, mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. Don't let them pick guitars and drive them old trucks. Make them be doctors and lawyers and such. And that's it. And hello to you at home.
That was marvelous. You know, Mother's Day is always interesting to preach about. At one point, I had 3 teenage boys in the house at the same time, 2 the same age, 1 2 years younger. And if I never hear the sentence, "Mama, guess what?" again, I will be a happy person. Mother's Day is not a religious holiday. It's not on anybody's liturgical calendar. A lot of churches do celebrate it anyway. Maybe they ask the moms to stand and hand out carnations, and some people get their feelings hurt because they don't know whether to stand or not. In UU churches across America today, ministers will tell people the story of our own American Unitarian abolitionist, Julia Ward Howe, and how she issued her Mother's Day proclamation against war and asked in 1872 for women to join together for peace. And they will share with mildly interested congregations the fact that Howe asked for the first Mother's Day to be celebrated in June, and most of them will omit the fact that almost no one cared. And it wasn't until 1908 when Episcopalian Anna Jarvis led the celebration of the first Mother's Day that the holiday really came into existence. And the holiday is supposed to celebrate our mothers and maternal bonds and the influence of moms in society. And apparently badly but lovingly made breakfast in bed and overpriced Hallmark cards, they all play in here somewhere, at least according to Hallmark. But let's face it, if words have baggage, the word mother comes with 2 trunks and a suitcase. Some of us in this room had moms they would call a saint. That woman worked her fingers to the bone, raised you with love and concern, never said an unwarranted cross word in her life. That is amazing. That is so wonderful. And some of you had mothers that you would not pour a can of water on if they were on fire, because your experience wasn't that good. Some of you have moms that you're afraid of even now, long after she's died. Talking about our mothers can be hard. And who are our mothers? The simple answers, they are the people who gave us life by internally gestating us. That's not a prerequisite anymore. Let's face it, our mothers were the ones who were there. They're the people who heard the song, "Mamas, Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys," and thought, "Oh, Jesus Christ, do I have to worry about that too?" Our mothers cut our meat small enough that we didn't choke. And when we choked anyway, they're the ones who wiped our tears and cleared our mouth and then reminded us not to eat so fast the next time. They were there at 3 a.m. when we got the chicken pox, or that migraine, or the first time someone asked us out on a date, or the first time someone said no, they didn't want to go out on a date with us. They cleaned skin knees, and they sang that stupid, silly song you liked 1,000 times and didn't smack us in the ear. They played the game with all the little pieces. For all the moms who worked and worried and made sure we had dinner and were actually there to clap and to hug and to be that saint, this is your day. And we celebrate with joy the lessons we learned about how to be present and how to listen, how to love. If we did grow up to be cowboys, we ride well. We love our horses and we put them in the barn at the end of the night. And we do that because of them. They taught us how to love and be kind. But not every mother enjoys every moment of that process. Writer Anne Marie Kelly Harburg says, "I long to celebrate Mother's Day my way, quietly and selfishly. I spend every day loving my family. On Mother's Day, I want to be left alone to do whatever I want, whenever I want, the way I want. Before I became a mother, I could do that. I fantasize about sitting on my front porch with a seasonal beverage and reading in the breeze. I want a garden, but only a little. I want to jog without a stroller. I want to eat a salad from start to finish with no interruptions, vegetable complaints, or ketchup. I wouldn't mind pushing a button to summon my children briefly. I would smile at them, feel pride, but then I would want to push another button and send them away again. I wouldn't mind a date with my husband, preferably to 2 different movies. In his, some fella could make clever quips as he kills bad guys, stops runaway trains, and beds large-bosomed beauties. My film would be foreign, subtitled, and evoke memories of my time at a college overseas. Perhaps we could meet for dinner afterwards, but only at a restaurant where they use real napkins and none of the choices is macaroni and cheese." So, who are our mothers again? Some of our mothers were there and not there. They kept us from running into the road or choking on our hot dog, and they made sure we didn't starve, and they did their best. But their hearts and their minds were somewhere else. Some were too tired. Others were too sick. Some were alone, and others wished they were. Some wanted to help with our homework, but lost their temper and turned away. Others tried to help, but they couldn't understand what we were doing. They got it wrong. They screwed it up. They screwed us up. And then they came back and they tried again and again and again. For all of the mothers who tried and failed and tried again, for all of the mothers who never seemed to get it right, but didn't leave, we celebrate their struggle and we see their pain, even if they are us. We honor them. If we grow up to be cowboys, we ride a little more bravely because of them. We're not afraid of sudden changes or mistakes. We're good at picking ourselves up and dusting ourselves off. They taught us that. They taught us to be brave. Now, some of our mothers weren't there at all. We never met them because they left as soon as we were born. They walked away or ran away or faded away. Some died, others were just not around. Some we lost to alcohol or drug addiction, some to the promises of boyfriends or husbands or girlfriends, or a big city or a new life. Some we lost to jail or mental illness. Some couldn't keep us, but gave us up with tears in their eyes and an ache in their hearts. Some of us became cowboys because of them. Wild and fierce gunslingers or untamed Mustang riders, mostly because nobody ever told us it was a bad idea. We honor those mothers who could not stay. We honor those who wished it could have been different and those who never realized there was another way. Writer Alison Luterman says this in her poem, Invisible Work. Because no one could ever praise me enough, because I don't mean these poems only, but the unseen, unbelievable effort it takes to live the life that goes on between them. I think all the time about invisible work. I think about the young mother on welfare I interviewed years ago who said, it's hard. You have to bring him to the park, run rings around yourself, keeping him safe. Cut hot dogs into bite-sized pieces for dinner, and there's no one to say what a good job you're doing. How you were patient and loving for the 1,000th time, even though you had a headache. And I, who am used to feeling sorry for myself because I'm lonely, when all the while, as the Chippewa poem says, I am being carried on great winds across the sky, through the invisible work that stitches up the whole world day and night, the slow, unglamorous work of healing that worms in the garden tunnel ceaselessly so the earth can breathe and bees ransack this world into being, while owls and poets stalk shadows, the loneliest labors under the moon. There are mothers for everything, and the sea is a mother too, whispering and whispering to us long after we've stopped listening. I stopped and let myself lean a minute against the blue shoulder of the air. The work of my heart is the work of the world's heart. There is no other art. Our mothers do the work of the world's heart. Some of them are related to us by blood or adoption or marriage, and some are recognized and called mom or mama or mother or ma. And others are grandma or granny or nana or oma. Some mothers are called Bill or Frank, and sometimes we call them Dad. And some are not related. Some are the teachers and the lunch ladies of our childhood and the librarians who took the extra time, the storyteller who inspired us, the Girl Scout leader or the minister, maybe just the cashier at the gas station who took that extra 5 minutes to make sure you got there every day after school to get your pack of gum, and who listened to your day between stocking shelves and cleaning floors. Motherhood isn't like pie. There's enough room for everybody. And today we honor all those who fill the spot marked mother in our souls. For all the mothers who raised us with love and care, thank you. For the mothers who didn't get it right but tried so hard, thank you. For the mothers who got it wrong, we recognize that just as we are shaped by our lives, you were shaped by yours. We honor the fact that you gave us life. Thank you. For the mothers who came late and stayed, thank you. For the mothers who left and never forgot, thank you. For the mothers who regret nothing because there is nothing to regret, thank you. For the mothers who regret nothing because they don't understand what they could possibly regret, thank you. For the mothers who mourn because they've lost a child, thank you. Bless the mothers who let us grow up to be cowboys, and firemen and doctors and teachers, gas station workers. Bless all who do the work of loving and guiding children in the world. Bless all the children who grow up to have children themselves. And mamas, that song had it wrong. Don't just let your babies grow up to be cowboys. You take some riding lessons with them. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Amen. We extinguish this chalice, but carry the light in our hearts to shine the way for all those who we mother and guide. For our final hymn today, we're going to try one we don't do often, but I think you know, number 409, Sleep, My Child. So please rise in body or spirit as you are willing for 409. Go in peace to love one another, cowboy or lawyer, waitress, warrior, or majesty. Peace, ashe, and may it be so.